This is Joe again with another movie review. And for the subject of this video, we're going to be discussing another classic film for you, at least a romantic film. Since the day I'm doing this video is Valentine's Day 2017, so I figured, hey, do another romantic film for you guys. I'm doing the 1968 romantic comedy musical drama. I mean, this covers all genres except for maybe a mob picture or something like that, or a cop picture. And of course, the 1968 film Funny Girl, starring Barbra Streisand. And Omar Sharif. I originally saw this movie over the weekend because many channels are showing Oscar-winning films, or at least films that star, that somebody won an acting award or for Best Picture or some Academy Award for some reason. Or maybe you won the minor categories, and so they show Funny Girl. And of course, which is the film that won Barbra Streisand her one and only Oscar for Best Actress. And she played the same part that she played in her Tony-winning performance, and I believe she won a Tony for playing the same part, because Funny Girl was originally supposed to be a musical back in about 1950, 1960, and 8 years later it was made into a film, and this was Barbra Streisand's first ever film role. And of course, it's also one of the few times in Academy Award history when your film debut, somebody won an acting award. And I think the last time it really happened was with Marlee Matlin for Children of a Lesser God, but that's a whole different subject altogether. Well, Funny Girl is, of course, it's also based on loosely based on a true story, which is the life of Fanny Price. Was really the first American female comedian who came from the Lower East Side of Manhattan. She performed in what was then called the Jewish vaudeville. He did have a Jewish vaudeville in the Lower East Side of Manhattan, and she became popular doing that on the Jewish vaudeville circuit. And so she decides to try out for the Ziegfeld Follies. Of course, being a Ziegfeld girl was like a huge deal in the early part of the 20th century. That, as a matter of fact, one of the most popular movie theaters in New York City, which I believe closed like a year or two ago, was the Ziegfeld Theater, not Ziegfeld, Ziegfeld. And of course, it's supposed to be the same theater which Ziegfeld had his Follies. And of course, Fanny tried out and she got on them more for a singing voice more than anything else. And later on, she decided to do her own brand of comedy, where she injected into her act. And of course, she became a huge hit. Her skits were like the most popular in the Ziegfeld Follies. And of course, she became more and more popular, and her skits were filmed because she was getting sold out audiences just to see her act. And of course, meanwhile, she had like a romance with Nick Ornstein, who was played by Omar Sharif, which is kind of funny for that. Omar Sharif, who of course is a Muslim and an Arab, playing a Jew. Because Ornstein, of course, was Jewish. Of course, the name like Ornstein, And of course, they end up getting a romance to get going there, and of course, they end up getting married. Now, when Nick Ornstein was in real life, he was actually a degenerate gambler, and he owned everybody but Santa Claus. Eventually, through the course of the movie, and of course, eventually he got to try to wipe out his debts. He goes into this real estate scam, and he got caught. He was really the fall guy in this real estate scam, and goes to jail for like 18 months. And of course, Fanny decided, hey, this guy is, even though I love my husband, I love Nick, he's screwing up my career because of the bad publicity that she was getting. Because her career was on the rise, and her career is being halted because of what her husband is doing. And, all the bad publicity. So that's when he spent 18 months in jail. They decided to split up at the end of the movie, and that's pretty much how the movie ended. But of course, they have two songs on here that became huge for Barbra Streisand, and she still, those few times that she has performed in concerts, she has performed to this day. It's like this movie is almost 50 years old, so almost 50 years she's been performing these two songs. Don't Rain in My Parade, and of course her trademark song. Every singer who's been around for 50 years, like Barbra Streisand has, you always have to have the one song that always brings the house down. And of course her song is, of course, like Frank Sinatra has My Way, or Barry Manilow has At the Copa or Mandy, which of course two songs. Barbra Streisand has People. That's her trademark song. And of course that song came from Funny Girl. And she's been performing that song ever since, even though for somebody who has suffered from stage fright, I mean, she did about like 3 or 4 concert tours already in 23 years. Has done about at least 4 concert tours, and she was really the first person to perform at the Barclays Center, which is in Brooklyn. And she's going to be performing there again, I think in a couple of months, this year in 2017. So, for somebody who has stage fright, she won't be performing at all. But I guess that she needs a few dollars, so she goes out she does like a couple of concerts here and there. And of course, the average schmo, like I am, I can't afford those tickets because like over $1,000 to see her in person. Besides that, even if I had the money, I wouldn't go see her because that in her concert that she's going to be performing in a couple of months in the Barclays Center, she is going to be bashing Donald Trump from here to there. Like a movie reviewer just did where she did The Way We Were, where she's a liberal piece of crap. She's like that in real life. Her character in The Way We Were is exactly the way she is in real life in terms of with her liberal politics. So because of that, I think it ruins her career for me. But I'm getting off topic. A Funny Girl, of course, is the movie that made her career. Really. Funny Girl put her on the map as a Broadway show, and actually, of course, her very first album, her People album, she did put the song People on there, and of course the album became, I think I do have that the album, an LP, somewhere in my house, and I think there's also a second album. And this is how long of a career Barbra Streisand has had. I have at least one album of hers in every format that albums ever came out on. An LP, a long-playing album, there's a long disc with a hole in the middle, which you have to play on a turntable. For those of you who don't know what an album is, an 8-track, which of course is something else that people don't know what an 8-track is, a cassette, and CD. I have at least one album in each one of those formats. So it goes to show you how long of a career Barbra Streisand has had, over 50 years. And of course people made her career and Fanny Girl, Funny Girl, I said Fanny Girl because there's a character's name. Funny Girl made Barbra Streisand's career. And unfortunately she hasn't made a decent movie in about over 30 years since she made a decent movie. And that was Yentl. She hasn't made it. And I know a lot of people say, oh, well, what about I forgot the movie that she made with Nick Nolte. That she has her gay son in it. Of course, someone like Barbra Streisand is going to raise a gay son because Barbra Streisand has a big gay following, like Judy Garland. But The Prince of Tides, that was the movie, Prince of Tides. But Funny Girl actually made her career and it's, it is a classic movie. She won the she actually tied with, I think, Elizabeth Taylor or I think it was Katharine Hepburn for Best Actress, and that was the only time we actually had a tie for I think it was like the first time we actually had a tie for Best Actress. I don't think you ever had one since in the Oscars. Of course, when you see her perform on TV for a concert, there's always somebody who knows that "Hello, gorgeous," and of course that's the line that she said. I thought that was the line that she actually said when she won her Oscar, but actually that was the line that she used in Funny Girl when Nick gets out of prison and she says to him, "Hello, gorgeous," to him, and she repeated that line when she won her Oscar for Best Actress. She quoted the line. She said, "Hello, gorgeous," again, and I believe it was another movie role she had afterwards where she said that line. Of course, I should also mention that 7 years after Funny Girl came out, there was a sequel called Funny Lady, which chronicles her life with her second husband, who was played by James Caan. And of course, when she played with James Caan, I understand the two of them didn't get along together when they did the sequel. And of course, the sequel that didn't do as well as the original Funny Girl. But regardless, you can't see one without the other one. At least he did, because Funny Girl was actually produced by Fanny Price's real life son-in-law, Ray Stark. Actually produced Funny Girl. And I don't know if Fanny Price ever saw the original Broadway show or the movie. I don't know, but it was kind of fun. I think maybe over the years, like every other biopic that ever came out, there's going to be inaccuracies in everything. That's to make the story better or to make the movie better. There was inaccuracies to everything. No matter what it's about, if it's a war picture or if it's some other biopic, there's always something not 100% accurate, and that takes me off as a movie fan. Because if you're telling somebody's life story on screen, even if it's a crappy TV movie, at least be 100% accurate as you can. Because otherwise, people like critics like myself or other YouTube critics are going to nitpick over it. That's not 100% accurate with the real life story, and that's why I prefer to see on screen. Because sometimes people say, "Oh, that's not believable." If they're trying to make it more believable. That's why some of the inaccuracies are in there to make the story more believable to viewers or fans of the actors in the movie. But Funny Girl is definitely a movie that's checked out watching, especially when you hear the song "People" on screen. It was really the first time on film that Barbra Streisand recorded that song on film before, except for maybe concerts. I think she did appear on the Judy Garland show, and I'm not sure if she performed that song or not. I really don't know. She did a duet with Judy Garland for "Happy Days Are Here Again," which Barbra Streisand closes almost every show with that song, or just about. But for People, I don't know if she recorded that song before the movie came out for television. I really, really don't know, and I really honestly can't say. But to see Barbra Streisand perform that song live, at least on film, it's always the highlight of Funny Girl. That one, and when she first performed on the Ziegfeld Follies, the skit was my favorite scene. Other than seeing Barbra Streisand perform People, my other favorite scene in Funny Girl was the scene where she first performs on the Ziegfeld Follies. She's supposed to be playing a bride. And the backup singers say, "Oh wow, beautiful bride." And meanwhile, what she did was she put a pillow under her wedding dress to look like she's pregnant. So they said, "Oh, an illegitimate child, getting married married when she's pregnant. A beautiful bride was pregnant in a white wedding dress. I mean, that was hysterical. And she decided to put that humor in there because you think, oh, this is not, to me, it's not believable because she never thought, Fanny Price never thought it was beautiful. So that's why she did that. So bring a little comedy in there. It will get over the fact that she's not that pretty. So that's why she did it. And she almost got fired from the Ziegfeld Files for doing that act. But since everybody praised how funny that bit was, they let that go. So that's my review of Funny Girl. Please click on the video, please rate it, feel free to comment on it, please subscribe to my channel, and please forward this video onto your Facebook pages. You can check out all my videos not only on my YouTube channel, but at rallyc.com, that's all WDY, and then at C.com. That's the homepage to the Rally Reviewer, Chris Lee Moore, and please check out all of his videos, his TV trash videos, and plus all of his other content on his website. Thanks for watching, catch you next time.